You are now listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 3. Chill! Yes, hello everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman YPG, and a Premier Boy Podcast. Welcome to a new episode of Mr. Gentleman Like the Podcast. Hope all is well. And on this time, I got a special guest. He a part of the co-op crew, and he also got a podcast called The Bromar Show. It's a dope show, y'all. So we're gonna talk to him about that and many more. And y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax, and I'll be right back.
Hey y'all, what up? This is Jay Siobhan from Surviving the Journey podcast, and you're listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Alright? Holla!
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, I will be giving y'all the Magician Fact quote of the day. And today's quote of the day is, keep going even when they're not paying attention. And what I mean by that is, like I said, you start a business, they don't pay attention to you because your business is too new, because they only start worrying when you get successful. But if you got at least one person to pay attention to you, supporting you, then you doing something right. But that doesn't mean you stop doing what you're doing. People will pay attention to you. Just keep going and keep pushing. Don't give up. And that is today's Magician Fact for the day. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, and I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. On Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, we interview many guests about their life journey, pretty much where they come from and where they at now. Also promoting their brands or whatever they're doing at the time they come on the show. We also have the host talk about personal stories about himself and everything that he's been through. And also we have fun conversation about anything music, anything old school, relationships, wrestling, and many more. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays at 12 a.m. We are also on every Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Spin-Off Series Thursdays, where we have all of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast spin-off series all in one day, where we have a conversation about music podcasts every first Thursday at 12 a.m. The Old School Show with myself and the Star Riding Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursdays at 12 a.m. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pods, and many more. Or y'all can check it out on the official website of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com. And tune in every Sundays and Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in to this commercial break of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Cheer!
Hey, it's your boy Bromar, host of The Bromar Show, and you are listening to the Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, I got my special guest. He have a podcast show called The Bromar Show. He is also a part of the Car family. We got Bromar. Bromar, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just, kicking life in the butt right now, regardless of how our situation currently is.
I feel you. That's the best thing we can do is to stay positive. But, welcome to my show once again. And let's start the interview. All right, so we're going to start with, where are you from?
I was born in Brooklyn, New York. And
oh, wow.
And then I had a kind of a half childhood out of the country in Mexico. And then a couple years later, I moved and find myself here in the state of Indiana, in the city of Indianapolis.
Oh, wow. Dope. Crazy. You say you're from Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn?
Let's see, close to Coney Island, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, nice. Brooklyn in the house, All right, so how do you describe yourself as a person?
So the way I would describe myself, I would say that I'm relatively relaxed. I mean, it takes me a lot to really get angry. Even there's even times where I just I got to get angry sometimes. So, and I would say I'm hardworking. Most of the time, I'm either working part-time at my other job, or I'm working on the weekends at another job. So it's really, I don't really have a day off, but I try to keep it as minimal as possible. And I would say determined. It's really hard for me to really give up. So I would say those are the top three.
No, I feel you. That's good. Keep working hard. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, what inspired you to start a podcast?
So what really inspired me was that I was just graduating from college and just working, or majoring at least, or studying in broadcasting. I got a part-time job within that field, and then I wasn't getting a lot of on-air time, but I thought, just to keep the talking skills up to par, kind of polished, I decided, let's just go ahead and just start a podcast or something, in which, it really improved my speaking skills, and also with diction and enunciation, which I think it's really important nowadays, just so people could hear you a lot clearly and people could understand. And so that pretty much, it was just kind of experiment at that point, just keeping things polished and all that.
Okay, nice. So let's talk about the Bromar Show. How did that come together? How you came up with the idea, and how did you feel when you first dropped the show?
It actually took, I would say, roughly 2 years for it to really come together. Just because, immediately after I graduated, that's when I started podcasting, and I was just recording just small little 2-minute bits or even 30-second bits of just me talking, just to keep my skills up to par. And then, of course, I started finding more interesting topics, this sounds interesting. And what I did was I just talked about it, or even kind of made some points about this, and etc. And at that point, it didn't have a name. It was just kind of just me talking. And so essentially, and this is back when Anchor was first released, so there really wasn't too much kind of traction. But as soon as Anchor started improving things and make it more podcast oriented, it was more along the lines of, okay, maybe let's just put a 10-minute segment here, or a 5-minute segment, and let's see how that works out.
Yeah.
And just pick a topic or something. And then I was and then essentially they also started releasing kind of statistics, so how many people listen to this and all that. And I saw that, quite a lot of people started listening to what I was saying. And so from there, I was just okay, let's just kind of keep the traction going. And then I remember I took a really huge break from it. And then from there, I got back into it. And then it's just so there's a little bit more consistency. And so at least there's something a little more established. Why don't we just create the Bromar Show? And I mean, it took a while to really come up with a name because I wanted to be like really different, but at the same time, I didn't want to overthink it. So that's essentially like how it just became the Bromar Show. The title just fit right. It wasn't too complicated. It wasn't like too simple. It just fit right in between. And then from there, I just really just started building up from there.
Okay, nice. And I'm not gonna lie, I do listen to the Bromar Show. It's a really good and funny show. I really enjoy it. I listen to it a lot. So bro, just keep it up, man. And
thank you.
And let my audience know where can they find the Bromar Show.
So the Bromar Show can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. So most of the major podcast hosting platforms. I know it's also on 7 other different ones like Overcast, Castbox, and just kind of like the smaller ones. I think Radio Public's another one. But you can find them on the major platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Play.
Okay. Nice. So what is your goal for your podcast, and what message you want to bring to your audience?
So the goal of the podcast really is to kind of be just one of those like complimentary things, especially since I tend to kind of steer towards like the internet personality or like the YouTuber or internet blogger type kind of direction. So then the podcast is kind of like the complimentary part to it. And then the goal, or at least for the audience of what to get out of it, is that, our lives, most of the day, it seems like it's the same because, we're working and all that. And I think just providing just one difference in their day, it's just what really makes their day different, or really makes their day, because it's like we all get tired of just kind of working, the same job over and over again. So at least, the show provides like some sort of difference to their day. And I know it's a lot difficult to really, accomplish that because majority of the people working from home. So it is now more crucial to, focus and emphasize on making the difference on their day and at least entertain them too, in the meantime.
Okay, nice. And y'all, don't forget to check out the Bromar Show. It's a great show. Trust me, it's a great show. All right, so if you can't interview anybody to be on the Bromar Show, like your dream interviewer, who would you want to be on your show? Give me like your top 3.
Let's see. Oh man, a majority of them I would say is like YouTubers, just because they do a whole lot better. They do a better job of me, entertaining and making people's days. And it's just, it's really just interesting how they really do it. I would say Willani's kind of one of my favorite ones, just because he's from the UK and he's just, you can just tell that from him, he, does it from like a local standpoint of view. And he really, I would say he teams up with other like UK YouTubers to, do videos and whatnot. And, it ends up being really creative and plays off really well. Another one I would say is Call Me Carson. He's more like a Twitch streamer, but I know just looking from him playing games with his friends or other YouTubers, like he really has a lot of fun, and he really does bring a lot of smiles to people's faces, and I think he really does do a good job with that. And then the last one I really can't think. I would say probably like a musician, I would say, whether it be local or famous, but I would say musician would be another one, just because knowing them, it's just really interesting, kind of like being in like the time in history, whether they're, getting ready to rise up or they're already rising up. So I would say those are my top 3.
Okay, nice. So as you know, we are in a pandemic. We still in a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, like, how did the pandemic affect you as a whole, and what did you learn from it? What have it taught you?
I mean, it's taught me quite a lot, honestly, and I don't even know where exactly to begin. I can start by talking like the changes that came in my job. Like, luckily, I was essential on both of my part-time jobs, so I didn't have to be laid off or anything. However, because other people were laid off or were working from home, it added a little bit of more responsibility on me. So essentially, I kind of had to rise up to be some sort of leader, even though, there's like no official title, but, it's pretty much what I have to do now. And it seems like because of that, they made it sort of like a kind of anything goes thing, or kind of like, like a Wild West thing. It's, it's just at any time, anything could happen. So, be prepared for any crisis or situation. And then along with this, I've kind of noticed that because people have now opened their eyes, they're like, oh, we can now work from home, or now we can order delivery or takeout and, have it directly handed to us. I would say that a lot of people have now seen like the peak time where now things can be handed to them. I mean, and that's not like, I would say in a bad sense, but I would say that now there's like opportunity for them to like literally have stuff, handed to them right in the front door. Since, working from home, they don't have to go out or leave the office or anything. And they could either watch their kids working from school online, or if they even have to, go get groceries, now they can have those delivered to them too. And I mean, I think it would say it opened a lot of eyes of like what, people can do. And I see majority of this just going towards like a more digital direction at some point, just because of just how things have changed, just how it opened people's eyes and all of that.
Yeah, agree. I know this pandemic changed a lot for a lot of people. And I guess we just got to take it one day at a time and just see what happened and to stay positive. That's the best thing we could do right now, because it is a crazy time right now.
Yeah.
But before I go to the next question, like, how had it been like around your area where you live? Like, how had it been around your area?
It's really interesting because they've actually just lifted restrictions about a week ago as the entire state.
Oh, wow.
Our city, I mean, they're kind of relaxing and easing on those too, but not as like straight up like they did with the entire state. Because I know now all the remainder of the state, they can operate at 100% capacity as long as they wear a face mask and they have social distancing enforced. But here in the city, I know they upped it to 50 or 75% capacity on gyms, bars, and clubs. And I know they're extending their mask mandate until October 17th, I think. So they're now trying to accelerate the process, and they claim that cases have gone down. But my theory, like I said in a previous episode, they probably just ran out of people to infect, and that's more than likely why they're getting ready to reopen. And then also election season too, so they're trying to make themselves look good.
Yeah, of course. I know over here they just opened Indoor Diamond, literally just like yesterday. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, so things is still kind of slow in New York, but it's picking up a little bit. But
okay,
yeah, but still, I agree with you what you just said too. Like they are running out of people too. Yeah, I agree with you on that. All right, so what is your dream venture? Something that you always want to do?
Because it's really, because I like traveling. And I already went to California before. I really enjoyed it and would go back there again, but can't because everything's burning there too. So, but definitely travel to at least one spot in every continent, which is, North America, South America, Europe, all that.
Nice. All right, so what other project you got going on, or they got anything big happening for you? What else going on with you?
So, other than just working, I've actually recently got into like the cactus propagating hobby, in which you basically, if you have a cactus plant, you have other like tiny little cactuses growing from it, and what you do is just pick them off and plant it into like a different pot and just let it grow. And it's really kind of interesting because it really doesn't require a lot of maintenance, but at the same time, it sort of does, just because of how you want it to look like or what you want it to have. And I know people can also, like, I would say, make a business out of it too, because some really give off like seeds and all that, and then you can also sell those to anyone that's local here, especially here in the Midwest, where you can't really grow cactuses naturally outside and plant them on the ground, so you have to bring them indoors in order for them not to freeze, or from other animals that could try to pick off out of it. So I would say this is kind of like an opportunity for them. If they're very like limited on other species of cactus, you kind of just have it there available for them and easily to obtain.
Nice. So what do you have to say for anybody going the same route as you? Like, say something inspirational.
Let's see. So I would say try to get your finances sorted out a little bit. I mean, I'm not trying to say make like about $100,000, but make enough where you're able to kind of balance both, but don't feel like, it's like, I would say discouraging. So yeah, so get the finances straight, learn how to budget. Another one would be, try to stay healthy as much as you can. You don't have to do any workout routines like, a lot of athletes do, or like Mike Tyson does. I know he does like a ridiculous one, but at least, 45 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes would do just fine. And then the last one is, I would say just really pay attention to your social surroundings, like learn how people socialize, because I know, and I would say in like this day to day, like it's a lot harder to socialize, because I know people are like, they're not used to going up and talking to strangers and all that. But I mean, if you find yourself, talking to a stranger, learn how to like observe like their body language and all of that. So I would say just, learn a little bit about social dynamics and psychology, and maybe you kind of will be able to tell more from who's a good person and who's a bad person.
All right, nice. Good tips. So before we go, we're going to play a little segment game called 5 Random Topics. Well, actually 5 topics, and you give me a response, whether it's short response or long response. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start off with, what is your favorite type of music?
I find myself listening to Blink-182, so whatever genre that is. So I would say alternative. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right. Relationships.
A lot of hard work, but not impossible.
Okay. Favorite type of video game? Give me the system and the game.
I would say probably any Rockstar game on a PS4.
Okay. Alright. The presidential election. The presidential debate, if you watched it.
I only saw like probably a few minutes of it. I'm just happy my phone died from battery. I really was. I was like, oh, yep, time to go.
I'm not gonna say much about it, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, and the last topic, what's your favorite thing about podcasting?
I would say my favorite thing is, like, even though, it's an established podcast, it already has some consistency or traction going, there's still room for experimentation and improvement. So then, if I want to add like new segments or something different, like it wouldn't really change the format. I'll just let people know, like, okay, they're trying something new. And then people will tell you whether they like it or they don't like it, and that's pretty much how you find out. And I know sometimes people would get kind of hold themselves back a little bit, because they're like, oh, what if I do this? Are people gonna not like it, or are they gonna dislike it, or what's going to be the case? And so you won't really know until you actually experiment with it, and then that's how you really know. So experimenting really tells you exactly what people want.
Okay, nice. And I just want to say, Bromar, thank you for coming on the show, bro. And, it was good having you. And Like I said, I enjoy the Bromar show. Keep it up. Keep bringing up good episodes, man. Keep bringing out good episodes and good content, man. 'Cause you always make me laugh when I check out your show. So once again, let everybody know. Drop your social media and drop where they're gonna listen to the Bromar show again.
So you can find me on Instagram at the Bromar Show, and you can I also have a website. It's called at bromarmedia.home.blog, and again, my podcast, it can be found on all major platforms, which includes Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play. And I think that pretty much covers it right there.
All right. Thank you again, Bromar, and we'll be right back.
All right, thank you.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, the Gentleman Like the Podcast and the Premier Boy Podcast. And this commercial is brought to you by the Premier Boy Podcast, where where we talk about anything about the culture. Hosted by myself, Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, Mr. Aaron Sands from King Talk with Aaron Sands, the Star Riding Ride, who is also my co-host of the Old School Show, and Long Live the Chief Mally Mel. And we talk many topics, from politics, music, sex, love, relationships, and many more. And also every topic that's going on in the news right now. Many of our topics is very controversial, and the podcast show might not be for everybody because we talk about many explicit content. And yeah, so if y'all decided to check out the show, y'all be warned because y'all might need a drink or two. And yeah, because this podcast is so crazy. I'm shocked that it had not got canceled yet. So if y'all looking forward to listen to the Premier Boy Podcast, check it out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and many more. Each and every Wednesday at 12 a.m. You can check out the Premier Boy Podcast with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, Star Riding Rod, and Long Live the Chief Mally Mel. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman. Have a good day and night wherever you're listening to this episode. Now back to the show. Yeah! I just want to take the time to thank everybody for tuning in to the new episode. Thank you to my special guest, Bromar, from the Bromar Show, for coming on the show. Check out his podcast, y'all. The Dope Show is on Anchor, Spotify, Google Play, and many more. And if y'all haven't yet, subscribe to the Premier Boy Podcast with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, DJ Retro, and Mally Mel. New episode each and every Friday. You can find us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, now on Amazon Music, and many more. So listen and subscribe to the Premier Boy Podcast right now. And if y'all want to be a special guest on my show, I look for podcast hosts, entrepreneurs, actors, actresses, doctors, nurses. If y'all doing something, y'all need a platform to build your business, or if y'all want to be a part of date night talks series, lady, if you're single or taken, y'all want to tell y'all dating stories, y'all could email me Ken YPGENT at gmail.com, or y'all could DM me Ken _ Mr. Gentleman. I repeat, Ken KEN _ Mr. MR Gentleman GENTLEMAN. Also, y'all already know, each and every Sunday, Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast on Anchor. Spotify should be back on the platform soon. Spotify will be back on the platform soon. Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Bleaker, YouTube. Please subscribe and listen to Mr. Jim Like the Podcast. It would be appreciated, and I would thank y'all. And once again, thank y'all for tuning into the new episode, and have a good day.
Hey everyone, this is Chewy, host of Screaming Chewy Show. And hey, what is this you're listening to right now with very inspirational content and music? Amazing. You're listening to the Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.